In this video, we're going to be discussing low-income individuals and how these millions of people are being impacted as a result of everything going on right now. We'll also be talking about the latest stimulus package update. All of that in this video. Let's get into it right away. But really quickly, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you each and every day, bringing all the latest updates as well as helping you out in any way that I can, as that is my commitment and my dedication to every single person in this community. So again, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Please remember, I'm here to help out in any way that I can. All right, let's get into this, as I have a few different reports that I want to talk through in this video. All right, in a recent study, 11.5% of people surveyed said they will not be spending any money during the upcoming holiday season on services or gifts. That's a sad situation, right? 11.5% of people. Wow. Well, the report continues on and says, of the 11.5% of people surveyed, 2/3 of those individuals who said they're not going to be spending any money on gifts or services are those people with an income under $50,000 of income, right? Again, sad situation, and pointing out how lower income individuals right now simply don't have the money to spend on anything basically other than the necessities, right? We've talked about that many, many times. In fact, this number, 11.5%, is the highest percentage we've seen in over 10 years, according to this study. Wow. Well, the study continues on, and they said that lower income individuals are going to reduce their spending this upcoming holiday season by 22%. Wow, again, seriously, I don't know about you, but I just feel like this is a really sad situation. We're getting into the end of the year, which is, you know, the holiday season. People like to give people gifts and or just buy yourself something nice, right? Everybody loves to go out, find a good deal on something that you've wanted for a very long time, and treat yourself to a nice little gift. Everybody loves that. I mean, let's be real. We all love that, right? Well, unfortunately, because of everything going on right now and all the rapidly rising prices that we're seeing as a result of all this inflation, low-income people, I mean, they're just lucky if they can even have enough food on the table each and every month, right? I think a lot of us have experienced that as of the last few months here. Sad stuff. All right, in a separate report, this is going to come as no shock to anybody here, but as a result of this recent, this other report, they're saying that overdraft fees are at record highs right now. Is anybody surprised by this? How many of you, well, don't answer this question. I honestly, it's your personal information. I'm just saying for you to think about in your own head. How many of us have experienced an overdraft fee in the last, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, something like that? Yeah, well, according to this report, overdraft fees are at an all-time high right now. That's really sad. I mean, seriously, when nobody has any money, the last thing that we want right now is to be hit by a $39 fee, or whatever it happens to be. It's different bank by bank, but a hit by an extra fee simply because you don't have any money. So, I mean, does that make any sense? You don't have any money, so what do? They charge you more money. I mean, does that make any sense to anybody? So anyway, I don't know, it just seems really weird to me. But anyway, so these are a couple of the different reports that are out there right now. And again, it further points to how this current situation with everything going on right now is really, really hurting the lowest of income individuals, which is why we continue to advocate for additional stimulus checks and why it's so incredibly important, why Congress needs to issue a $1,400 stimulus check, a $2,000 stimulus check, universal basic income, guaranteed basic income. Honestly, we don't really care what the name of it is. We just need support and some kind of relief during this time, right? I think a lot of people out there are probably saying, hey, we don't care what the name is, just give us some money, right? I think there's a lot of people who are just pretty much in a situation right now saying, you know, we just need some relief. Honestly, we don't really care how it gets to us. We just need some kind of either a one-time nice big lump sum payment and or ongoing payments on a monthly basis. This is probably why we're seeing so many UBI, Universal Basic Income, or GBI, Guaranteed Basic Income programs popping up literally on a weekly basis. In fact, I just saw another one earlier today that I have not seen before that was just approved. I believe it is in Birmingham, Alabama. Again, I'll have to look that up again. I just came across it briefly, but that one was just approved. Like I said, I believe it was in Birmingham, Alabama. Again, I can bring that to you in a separate video, but I just came across it earlier. So yeah, these things continue popping up on a regular basis. All right, I really want to quickly talk through something. This is pretty interesting. Now again, you might not care one bit about what I'm about to say, but I just think it's going to be very interesting simply because it kind of gives us further indication as to what is going on out there right now. So just the other day, actually it was last week, I talked about all the container ships that are anchored off of the coast of California right now. Well, check this out. As of yesterday, there are still 62 container ships anchored off of the coast of Southern California, waiting to get into one of the two ports, Los Angeles or Long Beach. Well, between those 62 container ships, just take this into consideration. Think about this for a second. All of the containers on those ships encompass about 200,000 20-foot containers. So, I mean, seriously, yeah, that's a lot of inventory, right? So basically, pretty much everything that we have in our houses right now that we go out to the stores and we buy on a regular basis comes from those two ports out of Southern California. Well, check this out as well. Out of those 62 container ships, there's an additional 38 ships or more. There's over 100 ships right now that are anchored off of the coast of California, which includes the 62 container ships. There's tankers out there carrying oil and things like this that we need. And there's also like auto carriers, like big car carriers, stuff like this. So as of right now, as of yesterday, there's over 100 ships anchored off of the coast of California with all of, you called it, the goods and products that we need in our stores right now. So until we can actually get all that stuff onto our store shelves, which is going to take a very long time right now because of all the shortages of helpers at the ports and truck drivers and stuff like this, everybody to get all of these goods across the country, it's going to take a very long time. So actually going back to that very first report that I was talking about, it all comes back full circle, which is basically what they were saying in the very first report I talked about, is they're saying this upcoming holiday season is basically going to be fueled by, higher income individuals, simply because they are the ones who can simply brunt the cost of all of this inflation right now, and it doesn't really impact them quite as much as the lower income individuals. Again, sad all around, right? I mean, I don't know how else to put it. So it is so blatantly obvious what Congress needs to do. Does anybody else, agree with what I'm saying here? Does anybody else see how blatantly obvious it is what Congress needs to do? Or is it just me that kind of has an opinion on this? But I just feel like it's so incredibly obvious what Congress needs to do right now as far as issuing a $1,400 stimulus check, maybe a $2,000 stimulus check, maybe monthly recurring payments. Honestly, like I said earlier, we don't really care what they call it. We don't care how they do it. Let's just get us some relief, right? So, wow, seriously, that's just, I don't know, unfair. I think unfair would be a good word for all of this, right? Unfair. I think that's what we can call it. It's just straight up unfair. Okay, we're going to run with that for now. All right, let's talk about really quickly the latest stimulus package update. So, we now have an official range on the stimulus package update, or stimulus package I should say, which is basically $1.75 to $2.2 trillion. So that's what basically the progressives and the president have agreed upon, and now this is the range in which they are trying to find and fit all of the provisions and all of these details of the stimulus package. They're pretty much just trying to fit everything into this range. So this would take a little bit of work on the part of the moderates, who are sitting right around that $1.5 trillion range, because they'll need to come up about a quarter trillion dollars if they want to even come up to the bottom line number on that. Well, as we discussed in my video earlier today, they've actually shaved off quite a few things out of this package so far, including completely removing the 2 years of community college. So if you wanted to go back to school and brush up on a few things with 2 years of community college, well, unfortunately, that's not going to be happening right now. It's completely removed from the package, not even shaved down. It is gone, totally gone. They totally took it out, gone. As far as the child tax credit, for those of you who are enjoying these monthly payments as a result of the child tax credit, as a result of each of your kids, remember, $250 for any kid age 6 and over, and any kid age under 6 years old is getting $300 a month. If you're enjoying those payments, well, you're going to get them through the rest of this year, and as a result of this stimulus package, they'll continue for 1 more year through 2022. Other than that, they shaved off the other 3 years. So those would be coming to a halt at the end of 2022. So again, yeah, a lot of people are relying on those payments right now. There's a lot of reports that I've seen come out talking about those payments and saying, hey, this has been the game changer for a lot of people. So at the end of 2022, if they do get extended out as a result of this package, there's going to be a lot of people who are feeling really sad at the end of 2022 when those payments just abruptly stop, right? All of a sudden you start relying on that money month over month over month. It's coming in consistently, and then boom, whack, it's gone, right? So that's going to be a sad situation for millions of people. Literally, almost 40 million households are drawing on that money right now. So yeah, interesting, right? So anyway, I wanted to come back and give you all these latest updates. There's a number of different reports that I read through on a daily basis, and a lot of times, rather than talking about them in all my videos, I kind of like to lump all of them together in one video. This one, for example, just to kind of talk through all this stuff, because we got to stay tuned with what's going on out there, because simple situations like the container ships that I was talking about, I know, it's a super boring topic. I get it. Nobody really wants to know about the container ships. Nobody really cares for the most part, but it is something that we need to take note of simply because this is where all of the products that we're looking for on our store shelves, this is where they're coming from. So we got to continue watching this stuff very closely, because this is going to indicate, are we going to get a big influx of products on our shelves in our local stores, or are they going to continue sitting with empty shelves like we're currently seeing right now, right? I don't know about you, but the last couple times I've been to the store, it's like the shelves get a little bit more empty every single time, right? Yeah, it's not a good sign. So anyway, kind of interesting out there right now, but these containers, actually one more quick note, I forgot to mention this earlier, which is those containers that are coming off of ships right now, they actually have such a shortage of truck drivers to actually get those across the country that they're actually stacking these containers up in nearby neighborhoods. So weird. Seriously, here's what I'm curious about. If you live in Long Beach or in Los Angeles right next to one of those ports, I'd be interested. Let me know what's going on over there. Honestly, I'd be really interested to see, like, what are you witnessing? Seriously, are you seeing all these containers piling up in your neighborhoods? I don't know. Super weird, right? I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting, like, oh, anyway, never mind. I was gonna say something I probably shouldn't say. Anyway, we'll just leave it at there. We'll leave it at that. All right. Anyway, you can probably anticipate what I was gonna say, right? Anyway, we'll leave it at that. I'm not going down that road. Anyway, so Merry Christmas, I should say, if you kind of get what I'm saying, right? But yeah, no, I'm not going to advocate for anything like that. I'm just kind of interested to see what's in those containers. I don't know. You know what I mean? What's in those things, right? Anyway, so this is the latest update that we have on the stimulus package. Of course, I'm not advocating for anything illegal. I would never say to do that, but I'm just simply saying it sure would be nice to get a little, refill on our store shelves. That's pretty much all I'm saying. So anyway, thanks so much for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe down below. Go back and check out some of the other videos right here on the channel, as I'm back for you each and every day, bringing you all the latest updates and helping out in any way that I can. All right, enjoy.